Hey comic fans, how you doing? I hope you're all doing awesome and thanks for joining me again today. So today I want to talk about and look at the Walking Dead Deluxe. I'm a huge Walking Dead fan. I love the comic and the TV series, and I'm really excited that the deluxe editions are out now, and that's what we're going to look at. So this video will contain spoilers for issue 1. So if you haven't read Walking Dead issue 1 or haven't looked at the Walking Dead Deluxe issue 1 and you don't want to see what's inside and you don't want to know what's inside, hit the pause button, go and read a copy. It's a fantastic comic book. You must read it. Um, in my opinion, it is one of the, if not the most important modern day comic book and series. So it's something just so enjoyable. It ran for 193 issues. That's how epic it was. So go and read the comic, then come back, hit play, and join in these videos. There's going to be a series of them. Leave some comments and let me know what you guys think as well. So if you like the video, please hit like, and if you want to subscribe as well, that'd be fantastic. I plan on reviewing the entire series, which is going to take quite a few years because issue 1 is out. It came out last month in October, the deluxe edition, and then issue 2 comes out this week on the 4th of November, and they're planning on releasing 2 issues of Walking Dead Deluxe every single month now. So that's going to take about 8 years to get through the 193 issues. That's quite mega, and it's quite exciting to look forward and to read that again. Because it's probably been around 10 years since I read the first issue. So we're going to try and do something different. I've never done this before, which is I'm going to look at the deluxe issues and I'm going to read them and react to them and review them all at the same time with you guys here. So we're going to go through the issues, so you will see things inside. So as I mentioned, this will contain spoilers. If you've read it and you're happy, great, let's carry on. If you haven't, please go and read it. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but please come back because this is going to be a great video series, I hope. So, The Walking Dead, what's happening? So, there was 193 issues which ran from October 2003 till about July 2019. And what Mr. Robert Kirkman and the team have decided is to re-release every single issue. And what they're going to do actually this time is the original series was in black and white. The covers were in colour, but the inside, the content, the story itself was presented in black and white with grayscale, and that worked well. But what they've decided to do is they want to revisit the entire series, and they're doing it in full glorious colour, which is going to be great because I think a book like this will work really well in colour as well as black and white. And they did do it once. They did issue 1 in colour once back for the issue 1 10th anniversary special. We'll have a quick look at that in a second as well. So let's have a look at what's come out for Walking Dead Deluxe issue 1. So there's as you'd imagine, there's a variety of covers available, and some of them are really good. Actually, they're all pretty cracking. So this is the main cover, cover A. This is the David Finch cover, and it's actually a take on of the original cover. So I've got a copy of the original book. I'll take that out, it's in a top loader. So that's a first print of The Walking Dead issue 1. I did a unboxing video of this when I received this. I didn't get the first print for quite some time. I had reprints and stuff like that, and I got a first print and it was really exciting to open up and have a look at. So afterwards, please check out the opening unboxing video for the first print. So on the first original cover, you've got Rick Grimes standing outside Smash shop and his reflections of zombies in the background. And on the new deluxe version, it's as if he's now turned around and he's faced that horde of zombies. So that's pretty cool. It's a nice take on the cover there. So that's cover A by David Finch. We then have cover B for the deluxe edition. This is by Tony Moore. So this is kind of revisiting the original colour, the original cover with some different colour tones in there. So that's a pretty nice cover. And again, you can see comparing the two there, cover A and cover B. You've got Rick, the original cover, facing the shop, and then bang, he's around, and there you go. Here I am. Yeah. Okay, forget that. So cool. That's cover B by Tony Moore. Then we have cover C by Mr. Charlie Adlard. the ongoing artist for The Walking Dead. So Tony Moore did the art for The Walking Dead issues 1 to 6, the internal artwork, and then Charlie Adlard took over the artwork from issue 7 onwards, internal. Tony continued to do quite a few of the front covers for a while, and then stopped and Charlie took over most of them as well. So cover C for the deluxe edition by Charlie is going to be a connecting cover, and I believe it's for the first 6 issues, so it's going to be quite a massive connecting picture. This is quite neat as well. So you've got Morgan and his son Dwayne. You've got the police car that could relate to the big incident at the beginning of the book, or it could relate to Rick moving on in the issue. And you got a Walker there as well, in grey tone, kind of paying homage to the grey and the dark black and white internal art originally, and it almost kind of looks like it could be Rick as well as a zombie, so that's pretty cool. The next cover is a fantastic cover, and it's a classic scene from the comic book and a classic scene from the TV series as well. So cover D is by Julian Tedesco, and it's just picking up. I'm going to take it out of the bag so you can see this, because there's a bit of reflection there. So this is the famous bicycle lady girl scene where Rick encounters the zombie by the bicycle, and it's one of his early encounters. It's quite an important scene in the book, and we'll get to that and as to why. And likewise, it's quite an important scene in the TV series as well. So that's a really cool cover. We then have the next cover, cover E, which is by Arthur Adams, and that's quite a cool cover as well. Get in there. So again, let's have a closer look at this, because there's quite a lot happening on this cover. So you've got Rick, and it's presented in a slightly different comic book, cartoonist kind of vision of him, and that's pretty good. I quite like that. You've got a nice picture of the zombies at the front, and then there's some nice little scenes from the series, from the first issue there. You've got the famous door scene where Rick opens and encounters some of the zombies. You've got where he first gets up out of the hospital bed, and again you've got a snippet of the bicycle girl there and a nice picture. So that's quite a cool looking cover, and I heard this might be a connecting cover with several other issues as well from Arthur Adams, so that could be quite cool. After that, you've then got this more. You've got a blank variant, always cool in these. So people get sketches done on this by artists, or they like to just have them blank. That's quite good. It's the same book inside, just a blank cover on the front. So that's the main 6 or so covers for issue 1. But then there's also a what they call a one per store edition, which is the David Finch cover, that's presented with some gold foil on the cover as well. So that's pretty neat. So we get the one back as well, we can compare them. There we go. So it's the same cover, but all they've done is they've got a gold foil at the top, which is quite nice, and it's a one per store variant, so it's there's less copies of it basically on the market. But it's a nice cover. And at the recent online Skybound Expo, I don't know if any guys watched that, it was really cool, but they showed that there's a black and white version of this CGC that they've released as well, kind of sold out. I think there's 250 copies, and that kind of went really quick that night, within the half-hour snippet or so. So that is pretty much the front covers for issue 1. And I've got a copy of issue 1 image first. So this is a reprint of the original comic, and this will be black and white inside. So rather than flick through the first print, which I don't really want to play around with, I want to kind of look after and leave be. So we're going to look through the image first, the reprint. So this is the same as the first print. It's in black and white inside, and we can compare it to the new colour version as well. So what we'll do is we will dive in just a second. Let's get these books out. This is going to be real cool. So if you've read Walking Dead before, let me know. Leave a comment below if you've got an opinion on whether they should have done the colour versions or not, or they should just let it be. What do you guys think? I'm personally quite pleased they've done it. It's kind of like revisiting the whole series again. And there's some extras in here as well. So there's a cutting room floor bit at the back. So we'll have a look at that and see what that's about. Apparently Robert Kirkman's put in some extra notes and things like that. So that could be quite neat. I did say that they originally did a colour version of this before. And that was the 10-year anniversary edition. So the book had been running black and white throughout. And they did a colour version. And I'll give you a quick look at that. So this was the 10-year anniversary, and we'll have a quick flick to see what it's like. Okay, so you can see that some of the pages inside are colour pages, but let's have a look to see how it compares to the new edition. So here we go, we're going to go through issue 1, I'm going to read it, I'm going to pick out some snippets, some bits that I think look cool, that sound cool, I'll share them with you. So as mentioned, there are spoilers now, so please turn away, please hit pause if you don't want to see what's inside, if you don't want to know what's going on, but please do come back once you've read the issue, because this will be cool. Just one other thing, I want to show you the back cover as well. That's pretty neat. So that's the front, and all the issues at the back. I've got a reprint of the original first print front cover, so that's pretty neat. So this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Let's dive in to The Walking Dead Deluxe, Issue 1, Colour Edition. So, we go in. It looks beautiful. It looks really, really nice. Wow. The colour is fantastic. It's quite bright. It's quite creamy and thick. Sounds a weird word, but a thick kind of vibrant colour. So let's see if I can get that in a few corners. You can see, and to get a comparison, so there's the black and white version, and we can see that's what it looked like. Let's try to get the two together, and you can see the colour against the black and white. So that looks really neat. And okay, this is cool. So on the inside front, they didn't have this before. There's a nice little illustration of some zombies, and there's a snippet here. So previously, the world we knew is gone. The world of commerce and frivolous necessity has been replaced by a world of survival and responsibility. An epidemic of apocalyptic proportions has swept the globe, causing the dead to rise and feed on the living. That's cool. That wasn't there before. They've added that in. That's really nice. Okay, so I'm going to read through the issue, I'll pick out some cool bits, and we'll see how we go. So it starts off, we've got the famous car scene. Okay, let's go back. There's the shot, there's the epic, look at that, that's nice. Bang, wow, boom. So that's Mr. Rick Grimes, wow. That's where it all began, fantastic. Oh, cool, yeah, that's great. That's brilliant, look at that. So the story goes straight from Rick at a stakeout, taking down a crook and actually getting shot, and then waking up in a hospital bed, and he's all by himself. That's really nice. Okay, here we go. So his first encounter, that's pretty cool. So you can just see his innocence, his naivety here. He doesn't know what's going on. He's just left his hospital room. He's all confused. He's wandering through the hospital. No one's around. He's asking, where is anybody? And his first encounter with a zombie. That's pretty cool. Help, help, Rick Grimes, help. He doesn't know what to do. That's awesome. That's pretty cool, yeah. So he's continuing. Okay, so we've got the famous scene. You might remember this from the TV series if you've seen that as well. He approaches the doors, two double doors. They're closed. There's no warning sign here. Curiosity. He wants to open the doors, yeah. So what's inside? This looks beautiful. It's a really nice colour. I'm really enjoying it. That's fantastic. Look at that. Wow. Look at the detail in there and the colour. Okay. That's an awesome picture. That's a great page. So you're going from closed doors, and then you go, wow, that's epic. So Rick really doesn't know. He doesn't know what's going on just yet. How did that look in the black and white original version? Because there's a lot of stuff going on that page. Okay, yeah. So the black and white was fantastic, and it set the tone for the entire series, didn't it? It worked. Black and white worked. It worked in this whole kind of horror theme genre. Black and white is pretty cool, and theme setting and atmospheric. But colour works really well. So we can try and get a comparison here. I'll try and show you this. There's our page in black and white. Here's a page of colour, and the camera's probably not doing it great justice. The colour, it's probably not picking up as well. I should look at trying to improve that, but it looks great. So let's crack on. Stop! Get away from me! Can't you understand? So he doesn't know. He's saying, "Can't you understand?" He's trying to talk to them. He doesn't know. He doesn't know who they are or what this is about. He's just woken up in a hospital after being shot. Cool. Great. What the hell was that? So he's leaving the hospital, and it's just a desolate place. He doesn't know what's going on, and that's a great picture. That's a really nice picture. You can really see just despair and confusion in his face. That's a fantastic picture. If we have a look at that, I think that just really sets the tone for the story at the minute and the character. This was a strong police officer. He's woken up. He doesn't know what's going on, and you can see the distraught in his face there. Well, what has happened? And there it is. So, in any book, in any story, in any comic, film, TV series, you have epic scenes, epic moments, and this is one of those epic moments. And this is a fantastic page. It really is. I'm going to get a comparison over here as well. Yeah. So this is the encounter with the bicycle girl. He's just in absolute shock. You can just see, it's just fantastic, and that's the bicycle girl on the front cover of the variant. That's a great page. It really is. There's hardly any words. There's hardly any dialogue here. It's just real powerful storytelling by picture and by scene. That's fantastic. And he takes the bike. He's got to get moving. Okay, yeah. He's crying. Where's he trying to get? Let's have a look. Okay, this is great. What a great book. Okay, so he's gone home. So he's obviously looking for his family, but he can't find them. No. And he's outside looking. There's a shovel. Whack. That's a great picture. Clang. So he's outside wandering around, pretty much not having a clue what's going on. He's just got a shovel in the back of the head. Day gets it better, doesn't it? Okay. Oh, okay. And here we go. So, if you know the book, if you know the TV series, you obviously know Morgan. One of the most favourite characters in the entire book and TV series is Morgan. He's gone on to Fear the Walking Dead as well, and had a huge impact on our show. And this is the first appearance of Morgan and his son Dwayne. So that's pretty cool. And poor old Rick just got whacked by Dwayne. This man is alive. So they thought he was a walker or a zombie, whatever they're calling it at the minute. We don't know. So Morgan's taking him in. Sorry about that, my boy. He hit you over the head with a shovel, as you do. What are you talking about? Things. Those are monsters. So he has no idea what's going on. How did it all happen? What went wrong? that's the question, isn't it? You know, how did it all happen? You know, you don't know what's going on. You know, what is it? And yeah, Morgan's like, damn son, you don't know about any of it. Wow. So now he's mentioned Atlanta for the first time now. So he thinks his family's headed into Atlanta, but he needs to go shopping. So he needs to stock up on some things, and they've headed over to the police department. So this is Rick going back to where he works, and Morgan's saying, "Are you going to arrest me for taking your neighbour's house?" I'm not going to arrest you. And he goes, he introduces himself formally now. So I appreciate that. I don't think I got your name, Morgan says. I don't think I got your name. And this is where he goes, Rick, Officer Rick Grimes at your service. And you, Morgan Jones. This is little Dwayne. So that's cool. This is them meeting and formally introducing themselves. Great stuff. I'm really enjoying this. This is fantastic. I really like the colour. The colour really, really works. How does these pages look in black and white then? Because it's now quite dialogue heavy. There's a lot of conversation taking place. Let's find the same. Yeah, so there's the original. And this is really nice in black and white, I think. These text heavy pages work really nice in black and white. It's really clean. But the colour, it is like a new comic book. You know, I mean, maybe it's because it's been such a long time since I looked at this, and it's been so many years since I read issue 1. But it feels like a fresh new book. The colour works brilliant. It's been lettered again. You can see. So Kirkman did it originally. You can see it's now been lettered by Russ Wilton. So there's new lettering, and you can see the difference. You know, there is a different. No disrespect, Mr. Kirkman, but there's a different quality in the lettering. You can see that it works really well here. It's very strong. So going back, he's saying grab some guns, grab what you need. I've got another surprise for you. Okay. They're leaving. So Rick's giving Morgan a car and some guns. And he says, so Rick says, when things get back to normal, you'll have to give it back. So he thinks at this stage, this just goes to show, it's great, it's brilliant writing really, isn't it? You know, we can look and read now with hindsight and knowing the story and loving the story and how the characters grow. But here you can just see the real innocence and naivety, you know. When things get back to normal, you'll have to give it back. So there's still hope and thinking there's something wrong, but it'll get fixed. It'll go back to normal, but it won't. Okay, thank you, Rick. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's a nice picture. So there's another walker at the fences. They're about to leave outside. Rick wants to shoot him, but Morgan stops him. So Rick's ready to shoot, but Morgan says no. You might need that bullet later. So Morgan, already having been around for a while, realises that resources are important, so you might need that bullet later. Rick really doesn't get that still. So Rick's driving off, Morgan's going off. So they're now departing. They've met, they've formed a good bond. And though it's only a few pages, though it's only a short time, they've actually formed a really strong bond here. And you can see that in the story, how, you know, because Rick's lost and destroyed, doesn't know what's going on. Maybe this is the first guy Morgan's met that, you know, he's been able to have a proper conversation with. So they've really formed a strong bond here and kind of supported each other in this short time they've had together. Rick's driving off. He's got his police car. He's dressed up in his police uniform now. That's what he went back there to get as well. His gun and his hat and everything. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so he's driving back in the police car at night, and he's stopped en route. He's going to visit the bicycle lady again. So he's remembered her. It's had an impact on him. That's why that scene where he originally meets her is so important as well. In his steering, yeah. And he shoots the bicycle girl in the head, and he's crying. You know, it's had an emotional impact on him. It's a really, really strong scene in the TV show and in the book. It's really powerful in the book. And he drives off into the distance looking for his family. And you can just see that, you know, you can see the upset there. He's trying to come to terms with what's going on. Wow, that's great. You know, it's easy to read. It's so enjoyable. The colour really adds something to it. The colour really does add something to it. I think they've done a fantastic job bringing it back out in colour. And from what I could see from the 10-year anniversary edition, the colour is very different. Okay, so there's some letter hacks as before. Kirkman's just talking about why they revisited this and why they've gone from black and white to colour. So he says, yeah, he did it in black and white originally because it was cheaper. You know, wow. You know, you think back then, going back 16, 17, 18 years when he first started creating this before it got published, you know, he wasn't in the position he is in now, so obviously he had to think of finance as an option when putting a book together. Also paid homage to Night of the Living Dead, which was in colour, so which was in black and white as well. And the last reason, gore. This book might be gory, it can get pretty gross at times. So he's trying. He thought he didn't want the gore to take away the emotion from the book and the story and the scenes. So that's pretty cool. And that's another reason. So he had 3 strong reasons there why he had in black and white: the money, the homage to Night of the Living Dead, and so the gore and the horror didn't take over from the actual story and the emotion of the book. But now, so many years later, they can revisit it, and the colour works. The black and white works, the colour works. It's just nice to have something different. Okay, we've got more stuff, lots of notes. This is really great. So there's so much more in the book than just the story ending and waiting for the next issue. There's lots of extra content here. And the extra content was something I was really looking forward to as well, because you want to see, you know, what else was going on inside his brain and the thinking and the planning. Every single issue of The Walking Dead, from issue 1 all the way up to issue 193, and including the specials, the shorts, all started on paper. Okay, this whole series was put out on paper with a pen. So the whole thing was put out on paper with a pencil. And each of those handwritten plots have been written with the same pencil, so that's pretty cool. He's got a photo of his pencil, and he's written the entire 193 issues in paper using that pencil first before he moved on. So that's pretty neat. Okay, cool. So there's even more content inside, more cutting room floor, and we've got. Oh, this is great. So we've got a breakdown page by page. And that could well be a photograph of Robert Kirkman's original notes on. The camera's going to pick that up or not, but you can see there. Each page is numbered, and he's got notes there. Flashback to Rick getting shot, page 1. Page 2, wake up in hospital. Remove, get dressed. So it's how he's worked the story. That's fantastic. It's great to see this. And there's page notes as well, so 1, 2, he's going further into notes here. And now I realise I probably changed bicycle kid to bicycle girl so that Rick could actually ride the bike. It'd be harder and kind of goofy for him to be riding a little kid's bike to his house. So that's why he changed it from the kid to an adult, so he can ride the bike. Oh great, so we've got some more images of the back of the door. This is fantastic. So that looks like the cover to the 15th anniversary edition by David Finch as well of issue 1. They've reprinted certain key issues for the 15th anniversary. That was one of them. That looks like a convention special. Okay, that's nice. Another cover at the back. And cool, so we've got a nice preview of issue 2 as well. You're going to have to keep your eyes open, man. Where have you been for the past month? So that what Glenn or Morgan says. I can't remember. Issue 2. That's cool. So you've got a shot of all the covers there. That was great. That was fantastic. I really enjoyed reading that. I think the colour adds a lot to it. It's like reading a new book. I mean, it's been so many years since I read the original, but it felt like reading something fresh. The colour works, the colour doesn't detract anything. I think it's really nice. The extra content in the back is fantastic. You know, there's pages of it. There's a lot of content back there, nice pictures as well, nice covers, and some variants included at the back there. So that's really nice. So that's really cool. I really enjoyed that. like I said, it's the first time I've done that. I'm reading through and reviewing at the same time. Let me know how format worked. You know, did it work for you guys? Leave a comment. You know, because I've got 193 issues to get through, so we've got a lot of space to move around and play and experiment and try different things. So we can try. I can read it and then do a review afterwards, or we can do it like this, and I'll talk through it and show you it and read it at the same time. The next videos will probably be a lot quicker than this one because we looked at a lot of other things, kind of talking about what's going on here. Where next time I want to kind of focus on the stories itself and see how it begins to develop. Issue 2 is out this week, so when I get that and I've got time, I'll sit down and we'll read through it again and do a video. Please leave some comments. Let me know what you think. You know, did you pick up the colour copy? What did you think of the colour? What cover did you go for? There's so many different covers. You know, which was your favourite cover? What do you think of the cutting room floor? We've got 193 issues to go through, so there's plenty there. If you like the video, please think about subscribing, hitting the like button. It'd be great to see you all again soon. Get involved. You know, this is going to be 8 years, possibly long time to get to know each other. So this has been fantastic. I've really enjoyed myself. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. I'm on Instagram as well, Mighty Comic Fan, and I'll see you all again soon.